Yep. Which is why the Sixers aren't doing anything because all they have left is Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid.
And Embiid's always hurt. Maxey got hurt this year too, didn't he? Hurt his shoulder?
Yeah, so everything went on the back of Kelly Oubre. And, they had Paul George came back over there. Who was also broken for a while.
I was going to say, he 206 years old?
Yeah. Well, PG-3. Or PG-13.
I like Paul. Yeah, 13 because he's been in the league longer than 13 seasons. So
yeah. Mitchell Robinson with an offensive rebound. I like Big Mitch.
And here's to you, Mitchell Robinson.
Heed.
Garden loves you more than you will know.
And speaking of ex-Sixers, P.J. Tucker was a Sixer a couple years ago.
P.J. Tucker was an ex-everything, though.
Yeah, but for a while. He was a Sixer for a while. Yes, Gail's on a short schedule tonight because we're already past her bedtime. She's in sleep training.
Ah, okay. Well, and by the way, I didn't even watch night 2 of WrestleMania. I watched night 1. I did not watch night 2 because I was so pissed off about night 1 and how bad it was.
Yeah.
That I was like, nope, not watching it.
Yeah, and I already saw the drumstick holding the belt with John Cena as the victor on it like a week beforehand because they're stupid like that.
The drumstick?
Yeah, the ice cream.
Oh, yeah.
So they were a sponsor, and their mascot being a drumstick.
Yeah.
He was running around holding the WWE title belt, and it's got the drumstick logo on one side, and then John Cena's farewell tour celebration world championship on the other side.
Jesus Christ.
I'm like, dude. All right. We can get this moving so that Gail can see 10 or 15 minutes before she's got to go.
Okay. Sounds good.
So I will give you a 5.
And it's usually in 3.
And this time it will also be in Shri. Who's your mama?
This week on the Mr. Throwback Thursday podcast, we bring you Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, Warren G on the grill, a new TLC musical, Ice Cube having a good day, and the Public Enemy and Stetsasonic collaboration you didn't know you needed. What else? Let's listen.
It's not just any day. It's Mr. Throwback Thursday.
Now we're about to which trends. Street now.
And now, here's your host, Bill Winters, and Mr. Throwback Thursday himself, Roberts.
And here we are once again for Mr. Throwback Thursday, everybody's favorite classic hip-hop podcast, hosted by two dummies, or idiots, or whatever you want to call us this week. Bill up in New York. Well, what I feel like being? What I feel like being is about 10 years younger, but I can't make that happen, so we'll just go with what we got. Bill up in New York.
Control, yeah.
Jamie down in Virginia. How are you, my friend? How was your weekend?
I am well. Weekend was... It was a weekend. Yeah. I watched some sporting events because that's what I do.
And it is that time of year where the sporting events have a little bit more meaning to them. Jamie is rocking his Woo York Knicks tonight.
Yeah, number 36, Shaolin on the back.
My hockey team didn't make the playoffs, so I'm not watching anything.
So you should be watching the Knickerbockers.
If I wasn't doing this, I would be.
Yeah,
although we could also be watching our baseball teams because they're both doing pretty well. So
yeah, they're doing okay. I think tonight the Yankees are getting beat up, but it's okay.
Who they got tonight? I don't even know who they're playing tonight. I know they just puddle stomped Kansas City.
I think.
Oh, okay. Mets opened against Philadelphia tonight.
Nice. That should be a good series.
So, but we have some hip-hop business to take care of.
We do.
And that's why they make DVRs, so we can go back and watch these games after we're done. And then you can listen to this on demand whenever you want to.
Exactly. I'm
So-
going to listen to this 2 more times before I'm done. So.
We could be your DVR thing. Welcome to everybody on the YouTube channel watching us live.
Yes,
Simulcast through Facebook Live as well. If you are one of those people, we appreciate you. We appreciate Gail, who's joining us for a short period of time tonight, and then she has to take off. It looks like she's going to be on an honor flight. Is that what I'm seeing?
Yes, it's
So-
so she's got to get some. She's in training right now for her sleep,
Okay.
so she can get up early that one morning
Right.
for the honor flight. Yes,
So, absolutely, we applaud that every opportunity we can get.
yes.
So, Mr. Throwback Thursday coming right at you here, episode 586,
That's a lot of episodes.
with our standard menu of items, I believe. Hip hop headlines. We have a few things to go over tonight, and we have a little bit of woo news. And then we've got a one and done that I must admit, when you sent it to me, I had to look up a little bit.
Well, that's okay. Like you said, 586 weeks in,
I'm not going to know them all.
you're not gonna know every one of them.
Hell, you probably didn't know them until you found them.
Nope. Like I said, I've known for like a month now when I added them to the list.
Right. We'll give you a record of the week from one of our favorites of all time. We'll remind you who the artist of the month is. We have 2 more weeks, I believe, of this artist of the month.
I believe so. Yes.
And then we do have an old to the new, which is a collaboration, like I said in the beginning, that you didn't know you needed until you heard it.
Yeah. 2 friends of the show.
2 friends of the show, indeed. Now, of course, I will read some lyrics. Gail will not be with us for Bill Reads Lyrics, so
No,
she'll have
I'm
to
sure
listen to
she'll
that after
not-
the fact.
Yes.
And then, and then we'll put a bow on episode 586, 14 weeks away from the magic 600
Yes.
number, which is just still, every time I say that, it's just crazy to me. So,
Well, same way when we said 100.
yeah, and then 200.
Yeah.
And then, actually, it was like that when we said 52, when we made the
Yeah, we
first
made the year. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we had everybody join us in the round table.
Yep.
So,
Maybe we'll see if we can get some of the people back together for 600.
oh, that would be nice. That's a good idea. We got 14 weeks to put that all together. So,
We'll put a good topic and have them work on some lists and see if we can bring back in everybody who was there last time.
we haven't seen Devilish DJ Scott in a
We have
long,
not.
long time. So, it'd be very nice to get him back. And
Yeah.
Davey Doo joined
Yeah.
us, I believe. So,
Brother Nate.
Nate. Oh, Brother Nate is so busy. I don't know if he can
know.
fit us in.
That's why I got to give him 14 weeks notice.
Yes. Yeah. He's probably watching Raw right now doing
Yeah.
something for one of his 14 shows that he does. So what do you say, with that being all said, why don't we get to what we do, and that's the classic hip hop. So if I can be so bold to ask you, would you please, since it is WrestleMania weekend, in the words of Stephanie McMahon, hit me with a little of that Triple H?
Yay, yay.
This is Hip Hop Headlines. This is Hip Hop Headlines, brought to you by Mr. Throwback Thursday.
Well, get on it. It's your time.
It is my toin. My toin is going to start with rock and soul. Not rock and roll, rock and soul.
Yes.
And rock and soul comes to us from my hometown paper, the New York Post. And we're going to start with an iconic New York City record store where Biggie Smalls and MC Hammer got their start is celebrating 50 years in business. Now, that's a real anniversary. So
It is.
we like to acknowledge real anniversaries, not like, hey, this is the 37th year of whatever. The shop is still spinning. Rock and Soul is the name of the shop.
It is.
And it is the Midtown-based record store. It's credited with nurturing the early careers of DJ Mark Ronson, the Wu-Tang Clan, and Grandmaster Flash. It's celebrating its 50th anniversary. It just did, actually, on Record Store Day.
Yes.
So it attributes its survival to being able to evolve over the years, it says. The Manhattan store was at first a humble electronics shop on 7th Avenue before turning into a vinyl paradise in the early 80s and later a gear haven for Big Apple DJs. And its transformation act may not be over yet.
Oh.
The most important thing you have to not be afraid to evolve. We keep changing, said CEO Sharon Betchor, it looks like. I'm not sure of the pronunciation, but that's what I'm going to go. Yes. Whose parents, Joseph and Shirley, opened the business in 1975 after emigrating from Israel. The shop moved to West 37th Street in 2023 due to a rent increase. Currently stays afloat by supplementing vinyl record sales with DJ equipment and lessons. But what keeps its core regulars coming back is the community that it has fostered over the decades. It says every hip-hop artist got their start here. Hammer, Biggie Smalls, Mark Ronson still comes in and he'll find inspiration from other music and other people, so you never know who you're going to meet in here. Other celeb clientele over the years have included Lindsay Lohan, Spike Lee, Run DMC, Paulie D, and even Harrison Ford because his son wanted to be a DJ.
Nice.
So, hand fucking solo Indiana fucking Jones.
So his kid wanted to be a DJ.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Hanks' kid wanted to be a rapper.
Mm-hmm.
We could have the next generation of.
He's the DJ. I'm the rapper. Rapper.
Hello.
Hello. The shop first gained notoriety in the 80s for its vast record selection as other stores swapped vinyl for CDs. And DJs quickly flocked to rock and soul for new releases to include, I should say, in their mixes.
It's exclusive.
Everything in this store was word of mouth and listening to what people wanted. We never paid for any advertising. All my parents did was listen and find out what people wanted, and when more than one person asked for it, they would order it. The business model was a resounding success through the 80s and 90s, with the mom, Shirley, becoming a local celebrity called Music Mom and is still remembered by budding DJs as the shopkeeper who yelled at them for opening merchandise.
Yes, Shirley, not Shirley Rona.
These really famous guys would get kicked out of the store like Hot 97's Funk Master Flex Night. He wasn't allowed to return for so long, he was sending his minions to try to buy records for him.
Up for him, yeah, that's how you do it.
But as times changed, so did rock and soul. And as the music world pivoted online, the shop switched to selling DJ equipment to make ends meet by the 90s. People who are looking for vinyl records will come more often, but were able to be held afloat by both vinyl and the DJ equipment side.
Right, because you in the 90s and early 2000s, you weren't going to be able to survive on selling vinyl.
And even worse now, it says hard to make money on records because you have to have a really good selection. Some years we just broke even because we have a huge selection, and maybe we'll only sell 30% of it. Elsewhere in the Big Apple, other record store owners were lamenting about the industry's hardships as they geared up for Record Store Day. It says, if you're trying to get rich out of this, it's not going to happen, says Village Revival Records. The owner is Jamal Al-Nassar. He says, not like the 90s where you sell a lot of physical CDs. We're in the digital era. You do it because you love it. And if you don't love it, I don't think you can stay in this kind of business.
No, and I don't imagine you can have a lot of non-family employees in a business like that.
I mean, we could always ask B about that sort of thing because I'm sure he feels the crunch. Yeah, and that's it. But he's an institution down where you are. So
he is.
And there's good reason for that.
The place where we dwell.
Next article. So, by the way, happy birthday to Rock and Soul. 50 years.
Yes.
Very good. Crazy, sexy, cool.
Indeed.
Now, if we say that, and if you're any kind of fan of this type of music, you should know who we're referencing.
Oh, yes. Immediately.
Because this was one of their better albums, actually.
I agree.
TLC.
I think this was their breakout album.
Yeah, it was.
You know,
I mean, we had, what was it that had Ain't Too Proud to Bag on? Ooh, on the TLC tip, right. So TLC's story is set to become a musical, and that's according to our good friends at OKPlayer.
Indeed.
.com. TLC is bringing their Crazy Sexy Cool story to the stage with Olivier Award winner Kwame Kwe Arma as writer-director. Crazy Sexy Cool, the TLC musical, will premiere next year at Arena Stage Theater from June 12th through August 9th of 2026. According to The Hollywood Reporter, the project is being described as a semi-biographical look at the chart-topping 90s trio, which produced hit albums and massive songs such as No Scrubs, What About Your Friends, and Waterfalls.
Yeah, I got to think any musical based on a group or an artist or, whatever, is going to be semi-biographical.
I would think so, yeah.
They have to be able to manipulate story to make it play out properly, for
Right.
people to be entertained.
As I would think, yes. The musical is produced by Bill Diggins' Dig It Theatrical Group. TLC completely changed the game, Diggins said in a press statement. Their music gave a voice to women everywhere, empowering them to be confident and unapologetic.
And arsonists.
Yes. But this isn't just a story about the music. It's about the sisterhood between these women and what kept them together through both unimaginable challenges and chart-topping success.
Yeah, unimaginable challenges. T-Boz had, what does she have? She have sickle cell?
Yes.
And then...
Left Eye, of course, passed away.
Right. Chili. I mean, have you seen the TLC story, the one that they put on... it was a TV movie.
Bits and pieces of it.
It was really good. Shows how they got ripped off by Pebbles.
Mm-hmm.
And LaFace Records was a big problem for them. But what's her name? Played Chili. Kiki Palmer.
Yes.
I want to say Kiki Shepard. I'm like, no, that's
not
Apollo.
Yeah, I was going to say that's somebody completely different.
Yeah. But no, she played Chili incredibly well.
Mm-hmm.
And Lil Mama played Left Eye. To the point in the beginning, I was like, who is this? Because you'd have believed it was
Left Eye. Yeah. See, that's something when a performer can take on a role and make you forget that you're actually watching a performance and you're not watching the actual person.
Yep.
I'm like that a couple of times in Tom Hanks movies. Like 5 minutes into the movie Sully, I forgot he was Tom Hanks and thought he was Sully.
Yeah.
So,
I don't have that problem with Tom Cruise because I don't believe he can act. He's always Tom Cruise as.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. But anyway, T-Boz was talking about the producer's sentiment, and she basically said the same thing. Tion Watkins, yes. Yeah. Bringing this story to the stage is a dream come true. We have performed in a lot of different venues all over the world throughout our career, but bringing our story and music to the theater is a totally new and exciting challenge. TLC formed in Atlanta in the early 90s and rose to superstardom. T-Boz, Chili, and the late Left Eye, I should say, became icons of a generation, becoming known for an infectious mix of self-awareness, female empowerment, and sex appeal en route to becoming perhaps the biggest girl group of that era.
I wouldn't argue with that.
They first revealed plans to take their story to the musical stage back in 2023, and now, first, there was a dream. Now, there is reality. And that's only because of what we were listening to before we came on.
And the patrons know because they heard it.
I had to do that,
Yes.
So we have some of the best people in the business working on this project, said Chili. Audiences will get to hear our story, mostly fact with a sprinkle of fiction, told in our own way. And, of course, it's set to all your favorite hits.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy Sexy Cool, the musical, will world premiere at Arena Stage in Washington, D.C. in June of 2026 for 8 weeks. As part of Arena Stage's 75th anniversary season. So it's not going to be New York City on Broadway. It's going to be in Washington, D.C. So,
and it's next year. When did they say are they shooting for?
Starting June 12th
of next year.
Of 2026 through August 9th. So
that may have to be our second Washington, D.C. meetup.
Maybe. I'd drive down for that. And we'll get another hotel and we'll drink some rum.
We can do that.
Because that's kind of what we do when we get together on these things. So
that would be something that could be a good show.
Now, would your wife go and watch that? Was she a TLC fan per se?
Yes, she was. She is. I'm not sure if she would go to that or not, but
I'd have to check with my wife, and if
Yeah.
your wife is going, I'm sure my wife would go because
Yes.
it's a chance for the two of them to get together.
indeed, yes, 2026 June. Theoretically, the museum opens around the same time, and
Oh wow, that could be a hell of a weekend.
it could be. It's theoretical. And,
Yes.
I got to check with Adam and see if we're on schedule still.
Yes, absolutely. We got to check in with Adam anyway, just to see if we can get him to come on again anytime soon to talk to the posse about
Yeah,
our.
I'm sure there's a bunch of updates since the last we talked to him.
I'm sure, but I want him to talk to the posse about our most recent.
The donation.
Yes, and the mug,
Yeah.
of which Gail, who has signed off, is the owner of. So
Yeah. It's she's not quite the owner yet. It is
Well,
floating
really,
in Jacksonville hell, yes.
really,
Yeah. It's, I believe 2 weeks now.
that's bullshit.
It is.
So hopefully,
100%.
hopefully it will get to her. So.
Yes.
But anyway, congratulations to TLC on the upcoming musical. And we will keep you posted if we hear more.
Yeah.
Next, Public Stetsamy.
Look, it's hard to get a title for that.
It is hard to get a title for that. MSN.com brings us this.
They do for whatever reason.
Chuck D stays positive on the new gens. He says, I love you, have a ball.
Yeah.
Chuck D's new solo single, New Gens, contains
Not Eugene's.
multitudes. No, not Eugene, the magic Jeep.
Not woke
It's-
jeans, because those are Greb.
Not brown, but not brown.
That's right.
Its music is a wild, febrile tapestry of soulful horns, dubby echoes, and old school beats that recall the Bomb Squad days. Mm-hmm. While his lyrics bounce all over the place, as they usually do for Chuck,
Yeah, Chuck's not a typical form MC.
Yeah. affirming his love for new generations while accepting how younger people dismiss the old school, all before Daddy-O of Stetsasonic starts talking all that jazz at the end.
Indeed, that was well played by them.
The whole thing is barely 3 minutes, but comes with a positive message. New gens, I love you, have a ball. What makes it great, though, is how Chuck connects his thoughts on the single, which will feature on the Public Enemy frontman's upcoming Radio Armageddon album. That sounds like a Chuck D solo album.
It is, yes.
Due May 18th.
Yes,
So-
it is on my radar.
I have a feeling that we're going to have a record of the week around May.
Very good chance.
Well, let's see. What day of the week is May 18th? Probably a Friday.
18th is a Sunday,
It's a
actually.
Sunday, yes.
Yes.
So,
we will record the next day.
and it will be the record of the week for the show on May 22nd, which will be, how many weeks away is that? Oh no, it's not far enough away. I was going to say, will it be close
it's
to?
definitely
no.
not far enough away for that.
No, but it'd probably be about 590.
Probably sound like that.
So
I don't know. We could be recording on Sunday at that point. We don't know yet.
we're still waiting for the
The
boss.
approval.
Yeah. But anyway, that album's coming out May 18. The song begins with a funky 1950s PSA voice opining about adolescence. Everyone asks themselves, how will I turn out? Chuck immediately answers, weird. I'm weird too. And he proves it with a deconstruction of the national anthem. Oh, say you can't see. And just like that, he's on another trip about how new gens can't dance or listen to the music, with a whole new musical vibes supporting it. But somehow, the abrupt shift works like flipping TikTok, and it holds your attention.
Cranky, that is not a thing that is humanly possible.
No. The best lyric, though, is, I've been your age, you ain't been mine yet. Mm-hmm. And it perfectly
Daddy-O?
sets up Daddy-O, whose contribution is kind of its own song. He says, call me a dinosaur. I'm before the internet.
Yeah.
The music is more straightforward and funkier for Daddy-O, and he comes with the words that explain the whole song. Some people claim they legends, but don't put nothing out.
Yeah, that's a big line. I don't know if you've heard the song yet, but that's a very important line in this. Because you take a look at it, and all these people are like, oh, well, let's take just Jay-Z, for example. You say Jay-Z is a hip-hop legend. What was the last album that Jay-Z released?
I couldn't
And
tell you.
Was that album worth listening to? I mean,
I couldn't tell
just
you.
for us, you know.
Yeah. I, honest to God, couldn't tell you.
Now, like you say, Redman, you say Busta Rhymes. Those guys
Mm-hmm.
are always working, always dropping stuff. I get that, but
I could say Redman put one out that I know of.
Yeah.
Muddy Waters 2, which is
Busta just put
awesome.
one out.
Huh?
Busta just put one out.
He did?
Yeah, but I got, let's see, 2022, Hove did. 2017 was 444. That's the one that they forced on all the Samsung owners.
Right.
2013 was the Magna Carta Holy Shit with the other guy.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's the one that came out after the other guy. Watch the Throne is the one that came out with that.
Right,
guy.
with the other guy, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, he was 2007, 2009, 2011, 2013. He was on track every couple of years. And then 2017, that's a 4-year gap. And then 2022, that's a 5-year gap.
Mm-hmm.
So when you stop,
I will say,
and I'm not picking on Jay-Z. I'm just using
no,
him as an example
and I was going to say, to be devil's advocate, it's not like he's just been sitting at home doing nothing.
Right.
Jay-Z's been a pretty busy dude.
yes, yeah. Like I said, I'm definitely not calling him out for not dropping
Mm-hmm.
more albums, but he is just the biggest name that people are going to always go to.
Right.
And 2 years, then 3 years, then 5 years, and nothing. And you got to keep moving if you're going to still be a hip hop legend.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I will even say MC Shan. I'm not a giant Shan fan,
But
that
he's
dude's
put out
always
stuff.
dropping something. It's weird.
He's put out stuff.
Yeah, he just put out something recently. I mean, he's still working.
So this Radio Armageddon
It might
is going to have,
Keith real quick.
I believe it has 14 songs altogether on it, featuring appearances by Schoolie D,
Yes.
the Universal Zulu Nation's Donald D. Is that the
Syndicate
same as the
Sniper.
Syndicate Sniper?
That's
Yeah,
him.
look at that. And Jazzy J with
Jazzy
Phil.
J, yep.
Phil Most Chill gets another mention on the
Yes.
show, who we
And I
just
actually have to get
did.
back to him because I have some items from Paul Nice's stuff
Right.
that he is on, and I actually pulled it back out the other day because I keep telling him I'm going to inventory it and see if there's something that he wants.
Mm-hmm.
So
And of course, Half Pint among others. So we'll
not the homie little half dead.
no, we'll give you more when that record comes out. But there's a possibility that we may have at least a song coming up soon.
Who knows?
Next article: barbecuers, mount up.
Indeed.
This comes to us from the Long Island Press. Warren G regulates the grill with the greatest hip-hop song ever recorded, in his opinion,
According to him, yes.
bringing hip-hop and heat to a barbecue festival.
Yeah.
This
He is
summer.
not performing.
No,
at
he's
this
actually
festival.
cooking, I
He's
think.
cooking, yes.
This summer, Long Island's grill game is going to get a whole lot funkier. Warren G, the hip-hop legend behind Regulate, is set to headline the National Barbecue Festival at Eisenhower Park from June 13th through 15. But he won't just be rocking the mic.
What?
He's stepping into the pit to compete alongside some of the nation's top pit masters.
He's going to get in the pit and try to love someone? Is that...
Don't ever quote Kid Rock on this show again. Billed as hip hop's pitmaster, and the fact that I knew that was a Kid Rock line tells you all you need to know about me too. I actually had that record when it came out before we
I just
realized.
remember the video. It's...
Yeah, before we realized what he was.
Well, yes.
Billed as hip hop's pitmaster, Warren G is bringing more than rhymes to the table. The West Coast icon is blending his musical legacy with a sizzling new chapter in culinary arts.
Ooh, it's sizzling.
Proving that barbecue and beats aren't so different after all. They both make your mouth water. To me, music and good food soothe the situation, said Warren. Even before I was Warren G, I would always pull out the pit and cook, even though I wasn't that good at it back in the day, but I kept doing it, and it stuck with me. I don't think anybody's good at barbecuing when they first start. You just kind of learn.
No, but how long has he been Warren G? Since he was like 16 or something, right? Mm-hmm. So he was barbecuing at 14. So you're probably not going to be great at it at that point.
Right. The multi-platinum artist was born Warren Griffin III. He has sold millions of records worldwide. He's influenced generations of artists and carved out a unique place in music history. Now he's using those same creative instincts to build Sniffin' Griffin's Barbecue, his line of sauces and rubs inspired by family, flavor, and West Coast soul.
Nothing about it being G-Funk.
No. Launched in 2019, Sniffin' Griffin's Barbecue pays homage to his father, Warren Jr., a U.S. Navy chef who often manned the grill at family gatherings. Those childhood memories of smoky meats and joyful cookouts lit a flame that still burns. My dad always cooked. That's what he did. We'd be like, Dad, you cooking today? And he would. It's just another passion outside of music. I'm never going to stop doing music, but barbecue is right up there. The upcoming National Barbecue Festival marks Warren G's first time competing in a professional barbecue competition. But don't expect him to show up empty-handed. Fans can expect his full product line on site, including sauces, rubs, and Sniffin' Griffin's merch. We might have to get some of that.
I know. I might have to check out some Sniffin' Griffins.
And wear it on the show.
Yeah, why
in
not?
support of our man Warren. It's going to be lovely, he said. I can't wait to powwow with a lot of the greats, pitmasters, chefs, all of them.
Rest in peace, powwow.
I'm just a guy who loves to barbecue. I'm not doing all the fancy plate tricks. I just love good food, family, and flavor.
So he's
Who
not dropping
doesn't,
plates in that
man?
ass?
No. He's not dropping plates. Festival organizers expect more than 20,000 attendees for the 3-day event, which promises to be a sensory overload of smoky aromas, sizzling meat, live music, and fierce competition. Warren G's headline performance on Saturday, June 14th is already generating major buzz, so he will be performing as well
he
as
will be
cooking,
performing as well. Yes.
bridging cultures and generations with his signature sound. The G-Funk pioneer isn't just resting on nostalgic laurels either. He's currently working on new music in Atlanta, collaborating with artists like CeeLo Green, and we all know about CeeLo's thought process, Wiz Khalifa, Icewear Vezo, La Russell, and even Lil Wayne. One standout track called
CeeLo's, do we call it a confession, a statement?
Observation, opinion.
Sure. Is I would say on par with Ye's most recent statement.
Oh, God.
Well, you guys can go check that out yourselves. We're not going to get into that, but strange things are. You know,
I think that's actually going to be a lyric in that new song.
Well, yeah, that's where it comes from, and then he went on to explain it, and
that was the most disturbing.
Okay, yeah.
Look, I was discussing at my daughter's job the other day. I was discussing a Jim Jones thing because Jim Jones was going to be in Poughkeepsie at some kind of street fest.
Yep.
And I said, "Yeah, Jim Jones. Just don't look up his relationship with his mama." And they all said, "Yeah, that's a little bit peculiar."
Slightly strange.
So they knew.
Yes, strange things are afoot at the Circle K. Yes.
But anyway, there's one standout track. It's called "Mad at All," which features Wiz Khalifa and offers a reflective take on the ups and downs of the industry and of life. We say we're not mad at all. The struggles we went through helped turn us into who we are now, able to take care of our families, be businessmen, and guide the next generation. Warren's journey from the recording booth, next generation, recording booth to the smoker is more than a brand pivot. It's a natural continuation of his creativity. Whether layering sounds in a studio or seasoning ribs, the same soul fuse it all.
At least he didn't layer seasons on the ribs. That's
Yes. His favorite meat to cook, flankin' ribs, a lesser known but beloved cut that he prepares with care. Do you know about those? I've never heard of those.
Flankin' ribs?
Flankin' ribs. As in like coming from the flank.
Yes, I know where the flank is, and I've had flank steak, but
I've never had flank ribs.
not that I'm aware of, no.
You wrap them up in butcher paper, pull them out. They'll fall off the bone so tender. I wish I could do that in a competition, but I'll be in the ribs competition. We're going to get it in.
Okay, play it.
Sniffin' Griffin's barbecue products are available online at sniffinggriffinsbarbecue.com.
They
And
are.
festival goers will have the chance to buy them in person at the National Barbecue Festival. From Long Beach to Long Island, Warren G's journey continues to evolve, fusing beats with brisket, legacy with flavor, and bringing a whole new meaning to the phrase regulate the grill. My grill has a regulator on it too. So
Yeah, see? Temperature regulators.
NationalBBQFest.com is where you can go for tickets for the event.
Yeah.
Good luck to Warren.
Yeah, why not? Bun B's out there cooking.
Man, I was thinking the same thing. A lot of these guys like to cook.
Oh yeah. What's his name? Out west. Why can't I think of his fucking name? The goon with the spoon.
The coon with the spoon, yes.
Oh my lord. Guy got thrown out of the Warriors game. Why can I not remember? I can see his face.
What was that, E40?
E40, yes, Jesus. Yeah, he's got.
Yeah, that's all of a sudden I was like, wait a minute, you said the guy got thrown out of the Warriors game. I was
Yeah.
like, didn't we report that was E40?
Yeah, I can't believe I couldn't remember his name. I can see his face and his hat with the roll. I'm like, oh my God, what's his name?
You know what that tells me? It's getting near the end of the day.
This is true.
Your magic mind's wearing off.
That is highly possible because I take mine in the morning. So,
Yes, I know you do. So that you have it all day.
Yeah, by late in the evening, as we are here recording. Sorry to break the wall there, but it's running low.
It does run low. It's not it gets you through the day, which is what it's designed to do.
Yes.
It is your mental performance shot.
Yeah.
Now we could change that and start drinking it right before we start recording, and then
we could do that.
You'll be acute all through 2 in the morning when you're sleeping.
Yeah. Did I tell you? We're talking about Magic Mind in case anybody didn't hear say that. That you can email them at, I think it's hello@magicmind.com. And they will send you a certificate of analysis for all the ingredients that's in the little green bottle here.
They have different blends of it now too.
Yeah.
There's a Magic Mind Free, which I believe is caffeine free. And then there's one, I think, Magic Mind Max, which has 150 milligrams or so of caffeine. I'd have to look it up. Yeah, a little extra kick. So,
Yeah.
And again, you can try that. The easiest way is by getting a subscription. And right now, we still have the offer available that we've had for a few weeks now at magicmind.com, throwback LT20, and use the code throwback LT20 at checkout. Free shipping.
Yeah.
Very few places
and
in
again, 100% money back guarantee, and you don't have to send them the stuff back.
Ease of delivery comes right to your house. You don't have to go anywhere to get it. Simple point and click on their portal if you, for one reason or another, need to cancel. There's 15 bottle cases and 30 bottle cases, so you can do it either once every day or once every 2 days.
Yeah,
there's
some people that just don't need it every day.
Oh, I need it every day.
Yeah,
I'm
I
a
do
once
too.
a day guy.
But yeah, I mean, some people.
That's part and parcel with me being over 50 now.
True. Yeah, no, some people it affects them differently. It gives them a little more, than it gives to us. Because we've been beaten up on caffeine for like 40 years.
Yeah.
So we need it every day. But if you can get that 15 bottle, try it out, use it every other day, and see how it works, and then you can always change it, to every day if you need to.
Absolutely.
Or
so
you get the 30 and you use it every other day and you get 2 months out of it.
And you get 2 months out of it, yeah. And then you'll still get your subscription delivered to you on a regular basis with no shipping fees or anything like that.
Free shipping makes people buy things that they don't even want to buy.
Right.
So if
I don't have to pay for you to mail it to me,
Yeah.
go ahead and throw it in the mail. I will be more than happy to try it. And if it works, great. If not, then you're not beholden to anything. So
Yeah, exactly. Again, if it doesn't work for you, or if you just don't like it, get a hold of them and say, I don't like it. And they'll say, sorry, we couldn't work something out, but here's your money back. Give the stuff to somebody else, whatever you want to do with it.
But I will say most of the people we've talked to who have partaken of the Magic Mind after we've referred it to them,
Mhm.
they don't cancel. They like it.
Yeah.
So we shall, hopefully you can find out too. Go to magicmind.com/throwback LT20 to get in on the Mr. Throwback Thursday deal for right now. Let's get back to the hip hop, shall we?
Yes. Like we always do about this time.
Cameron's Chicken and Waffles.
This threw me for a loop. I'm sure that there are people,
More hip hop artists cooking, dude.
yeah, I'm sure there are more people out here, more famous people who have relatives that own things that we don't know about. Like the Kiss Cafe.
Yep.
That's Jada and his family. If we're not doing this, we don't know that that's who it is.
Right.
So you would think that Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles was owned and operated at one point in time by a guy named Roscoe.
I thought that was originally Gladys Knight's thing.
No, she had. Oh, you're gonna throw me now. I knew the answer to that. Go on with the Borophyll and I'll see what I can find.
So anyway, Cameron dropped a surprising gem during the April 6th edition of his Talk with Flea segment. And this comes to us from Vibe.com, Vibe magazine.
Yes. Hers was in Atlanta. It was Gladys Knight's Chicken and Waffles.
Gladys Knight. Okay. The 49-year-old revealed a personal connection to one of the most iconic soul food chains on the West Coast, Roscoe's House of Chicken and Waffles. In his signature laid-back style, the Harlem rapper casually announced that his family owns the beloved restaurant franchise. He said, offhandedly almost, "My family owns Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. I never really bring it up because I just didn't think it was necessary. But yeah, that's us."
Yeah, that'll throw people for a loop. Oh yeah, Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, that started in Harlem. But no, it's a West Coast thing. Yeah, no, that's not really how it worked. We just put it out there.
Acknowledging the brand's deep roots in California food culture, he added, "I know everybody in California be like, yo, that's our shit. That's our shit." Roscoe Chicken and Waffles is absolutely a California thing, but if y'all don't know,
it is a California institution.
Some Harlem Nickelbacks own it. My
Yeah.
family. While the revelation may have shocked many people, it's not the first time Cam has hinted at his ties to Roscoe's legacy. Back in May 2023, the diplomatic immunity rapper posted a photo of his uncle, identified as Herb, a Roscoe's owner, alongside another relative, Warren, to his social media followers.
Not Warren G.
No, because he's cooking ribs.
That's right.
And they don't have ribs and waffles. In the caption, Cam wrote, "Fun fact, would you believe me if I told you that the owner-founder of Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles was from Harlem and that he's my uncle? I wouldn't believe me either," he says. He also gave them their flowers for the franchise's continued success and teased the opening of a new location in San Diego, expected to debut in the summer.
In the summertime?
Yes. Though Cameron is known more for his influence in hip-hop and fashion, this behind-the-scenes business connection shows there's even more depth to the Harlem native's empire, and that his family's roots run far beyond music. You can watch Cameron speak on his family's ownership in the YouTube link if you go to the show notes.
Which you should do, because we write them, so...
And we link everything in there, so go ahead and check that out and listen to what Cameron has to say about his family being part of the Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles legacy.
Yeah. Nobody named Roscoe.
Nope.
Or Chicken.
Or Boss Hog.
No.
Or Enos. Or any of the other
or Flash.
Dukes I have. Flash was cool. Flash is fast. Flash is cool. I wonder if that's what they were talking about.
Definitely no big Jennifer Garner.
No big Jennifer Garner. No. No half a poppy seed bagel either.
Half an onion bagel, yeah.
Or have an onion bagel, yes.
Carl, yes. But anyway, a gas station we passed.
A gas station we passed. That's going to bring us our new... let's see. Our next article, Legend Has It.
Indeed.
And the legend is that Nas and Mass Appeal. Hip-hop is alive. New albums with Primo, Mobb Deep, Ghost and Ray, and Big L.
Yeah. Big L, rest in peace.
Nas and Mass Appeal are coming in hot for 2025 to restore hip-hop to its classic album glory days by enlisting several of his fellow rap legends to release new albums. The album project is being billed under the name Legend Has It, with Nas and Premier releasing their long-delayed joint album, Ghostface Killah, doubling up with a sequel to his 2000 album Supreme Clientele, and Raekwon the Chef is also dropping his 7th studio album, Emperor's New Clothes. Mass Appeal will also be tugging at fans' heartstrings with several posthumous releases. De La Soul and Mobb Deep will be rolling out their first group albums since Trugoy the Dove and Prodigy's deaths, and late 90s lyrical sensation Big L will also add a new album to the fold.
Yeah, Big L's been dead quite a while to be lending a new album.
Yeah, it must have had some stuff in the vault. The 7th Legend Has It album is still under wraps, but promises an epic return of a celebrated artist. Could it be Slick Rick, Lauryn Hill, Kool G Rap? Only time will tell for now.
With DJ Polo?
In the Road to the Riches?
Yes.
Joe Budden and his fellow podcasters recently ripped the current culture of hip-hop music for constantly releasing trash as far as their ears were concerned. Maybe Nas and company can bring back the essence for him. Let's hope.
Let us hope, yes. I don't care what Joe Budden thinks, but... You know.
No, but he's not the only one who thinks so, by the way.
No.
It was a good day. This is in January. We already had Good Day Day.
We did.
Hip Hop DX brings us this. Ice Cube has been immortalized at Hollywood's TCL Chinese Theater.
Yes.
Not TLC. That was a different article.
No, that's going to be in D.C.
Today was legendary, he says. Ice Cube has become immortalized at Hollywood's iconic TCL Chinese Theater for his impact on the entertainment industry. The rapper and actor imprinted his hands and feet, or technically his Converse All-Stars, a world first, in the famous cinema's forecourt on Tuesday, April 15th, putting him in the company of hundreds of legendary Hollywood figures, including Steve McQueen, Harrison Ford, second Harrison Ford mentioned this show, and Jack Nicholson. Who would have thought we'd talk about Harrison Ford twice on this show?
Yeah.
At the ceremony, Cube said to ABC7, "To have my hand's signature to put the Chuck Taylors in the cement here, it's next level. It's things you don't even dream of because the dream is too big." Cube's son, fellow actor O'Shea Jackson Jr., also gave a brief speech from the podium where he said, "For almost 30 years, I've been asked the same question from the schoolyard to red carpets. What's it like being Ice Cube's son?" Probably like that.
Yeah, exactly.
He jokingly answered, "It's cool. It's Ice Cube's cool," which is the number one quality you want from an ice cube.
It is what you want out of an ice cube. You want it to be cool.
Mike Epps was also on hand to pay tribute to his friend and frequent co-star, saying, "Ice Cube has been the most influential part of my life apart from my dad. I listened to his music as a teenager. I'm still starstruck of this dude. I'm still amazed at his talent." Cube later said of the honor on Instagram, "Today was legendary. I left my prints in cement at the iconic TCL Chinese Theater in Hollywood, honored to continue to receive my flowers in a business I never thought I'd be a part of." The post also led to congratulations from various figures within hip-hop and Hollywood, including Tyrese, who said, "Congratulations, King Cube. We are forever inspired. Wish I was there. Congratulations, big bro." Why are we quoting Tyrese?
Because he said something.
You
don't have to read everything on there, Ron Burgundy.
Yeah, but
You can skip over things.
Yeah, but I understand there's a lot of people like Tyrese.
Sure.
I don't see a shit ton of talent in that dude. Never have.
He's an actor. He's a singer.
He was on MTV first.
Oh, yeah, but a lot of people were.
Yeah, I suppose Mike the Miz was too.
Yeah.
So
Yep,
anyway,
he was
congratulations.
Jenny McCarthy.
Yeah. Congratulations to Cube on the honor at TCL. I always thought it was, I go back to Grauman's Chinese Theater.
Right.
Or Mann's Chinese Theater.
Yeah.
Now it's the TCL. I'm sure it's a corporate entity at this point.
Yeah.
But
it's, still the Meadowlands to me, but.
Yeah. And always will be for us.
Yeah. The Continental Airlines Arena.
The Brendan Byrne.
Brendan Byrne, yeah, I know.
There you go. How's that? Mm-hmm. Just like up in Albany will always be the Knickerbocker Arena to me. Yeah. I didn't even know what that is now.
I have no idea. It was
I-
Pepsi last time I knew.
It was
but I'm
Pepsi,
sure
and
it's
then it
not.
was the MVP arena, and now I have no idea what it is, but it's something.
I'm sure.
Anyway, We Told You is the next article.
Yes, and I almost put. We tried to tell you, but we actually succeeded in telling you.
We did succeed
whether
in telling
listened
you.
or not is a
Yes.
different story.
We
And
told
I'm sorry,
you. We tried to warn you. How's that?
Yes,
That's a better way of looking at
I
it.
told you.
Will Smith's new album is struggling to land on any Billboard charts amid dismal sales. Comes through Hot New Hip Hop.
Mm-hmm.
The new album, based on a true story, is going to be his first project to fail to chart on the Billboard 200. His long-awaited comeback album is reportedly struggling to land on any of the Billboard charts in the United States. It's not going to make it on the Billboard 200, with 3 of his previous 4 albums all releasing inside the top 10. Additionally, in the United Kingdom, based on a true story, reportedly sold under 300 total copies. That's for the entire United Kingdom. Less than 300.
Yeah, there's all these people. I'm in a bunch of different groups where I try to pick up news articles during the week and whatnot.
Yeah.
And there's all these people who saw that statement posted. They're like, well, "Why do we care what happens in the UK? It's a US album." I'm like,
Because
well, he needs to sell records anywhere he can. Okay,
because Will Smith is a global
yes,
superstar.
yeah, it's not like your cousin, was selling records out of the back of his trunk and he didn't sell any in the UK.
No,
Yes.
this is Will fucking Smith.
Yes,
So, when the Art of Dialogue shared the news on X, fans had plenty of theories as to why the project flopped.
because it sucked. That's why.
Can't just unretire after 20 years and expect people to rock with the music. Still a legend, though. Another
See, I don't think
suggests.
that's what it is.
Another said, I do believe he should have promoted the album more, dropped singles first instead of a freestyle. But I'm sure Will just dropped an album for the fuck of it. So
He dropped the single that we
Yeah.
played it on here. Mm-hmm. We played the video, is the Matrix video. But no, I don't think. We talked about it as we played it. There is no Will Smith style on that album.
no,
He's trying to be someone else on each track to see what sticks.
right.
It's not a wacky wall walker. It is. We want.
It's like a bad sampler platter.
Yeah, it's a poo-poo platter is what it is. So
Well done. Thank you for taking that and running with it.
if you're telling me I'm going to get a Will Smith record, I'm expecting a Will Smith record.
Right.
We've
I mean,
said it over
we've
and over.
said this before. You tell me I'm going to get an MOP record. I'm expecting an MOP record.
Exactly. I'm not
And I
going to
get an MOP record.
Yeah, I'm not going to expect Lil Fame to be out there singing gospel songs. That's not what's happening. So if I want Will Smith, I'm not even looking for Fresh Prince. You give me Wiki Wiki Wow Wow, and I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
You go completely off the rails and try to be everybody
Reverend
else.
something or other.
Yeah, Reverend Will. Yeah, and everything that you've heard since you've last dropped a record, it doesn't work.
No, sir.
And I can't even tell you if the lyrics work because I was so turned off by the complete change in style between every song.
That you couldn't.
I wasn't paying attention anymore. I was like, no, this is not the right sound.
Yep.
So I can't.
I mean,
I can't even. Say
he could have
wrote
been
something.
he could have been espousing the cure for cancer, and we'd never would have known it because
yeah.
we couldn't get through to the lyrics.
Yep. So, I'm glad it's not just us.
No,
It's
it's everybody. It's having a tough time, not just
UK too,
commercially, but with critics too. Pitchfork gave the album a brutal 2.4 out of 10. Stephen Kierce writing, "It's a pointless apology tour and corny." Rolling Stones, Mankapar Kante also gave the project an unfavorable review, calling it clunky.
yeah. That's a good description. I'll take that and agree with it.
On multiple songs, Smith references infamously slapping Chris Rock at the Oscars and the ensuing fallout with the Academy. When TMZ asked Chris Rock's brother Tony about Smith doing so, he labeled the record shit and trash. and explained this album is probably shitty as fuck because I haven't heard anything about it other than, oh, he addressed your brother.
Right.
If that's the only selling point, that's a shitty album.
Yeah.
He also admitted he isn't even interested in giving the album a listen. I wouldn't be either if I were him.
Yeah. You put yourself in, somebody smacks your brother on national television. Why do you want to listen to their album?
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The gas station we passed.
And now.
Oh, fuck.
New school news.
Yes.
This could have went a completely different way, but we left that one out.
Yeah, because that is not something I want associated with the show.
Hot New Hip Hop says Cash Doll draws severe backlash after picking her nose with a $20 bill.
I don't even know what half of that sentence means.
I don't know what 90% of that sentence means. I know about picking your nose. I didn't know you could do it with a $20 bill.
Well,
I know
maybe you can't, and that's why she's getting in trouble.
I know backlash. I know what it means, and I know it's a wrestling pay-per-view.
Yeah,
I have
no
no
idea. What
idea.
happens when you're casting your line in a fishing pole and it just all bird nests on you? That's also backlash.
But I have no idea what or who a Cash Doll is.
Nope. And nor do I care to find out because I don't want to know anything about anybody who picks their nose with a $20 bill.
No, that's too expensive. Use a single.
Or a $20 billy.
On that note, it's time to take our first break of the evening. When we come back to episode 586 of Mr. Throwback Thursday, we will be looking at some woo news. Coming right up, Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 586, right after the break.
Yay. Let's see. Let's go over to the drop folder.
I'm sure your son is watching Raw.
No, he's at work.
Well,
he watched
Mania.
Nights. Yeah, both nights.
Well, one of the titles that changed hands last night has already changed hands again. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez won back the women's tag team titles from Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria. Becky Lynch turned heel and beat the fucking piss out of Lyra Valkyria.
Nice.
After probably beating the piss out of Bayley to knock her out of the match to begin with. So, anyway, there's that.
All right, well, I
And
haven't
now
played this in a long time.
the New Day is in the ring.
As if it were an old day.
As if it were an old day.
Oh, I never tested this. Can you hear this?
Yay, yay!
Yay, yay.
Okay, good. I didn't get a chance to test that before we started, and I completely forgot. That's weird. I lost my drop there for a second. Josh Hart with 5 assists and a half.
Well, he is a triple-double guy.
He is.
What's the score there? We still down by 5?
Yeah, 58-53. I've got him picked to win with plus odds, so.
With plus odds?
Yeah, because I waited until the game started.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's only like plus 125, I think.
But that's still better than minus 125.
Plus 115, sorry.
Okay. Still better than minus 115.
Yeah, because they are currently minus 155. So I got in at a good time. Yeah, I did not pick Memphis to win the other day, so.
And there's reasons for that.
Yeah.
That looked like
Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah, that looked like a Division 1 team.
Yeah, that was
versus
the most disgusting
versus a
display of
CYO
basketball.
team.
Yeah, the most disgusting display of professional basketball I'd seen in a very long time. Since Patrick Ewing went elbow high above the rim, tried to finger roll and missed.
You always go back to that, don't you?
I do, because that made me stop watching for years. That was the year after John Starks went 2 for 17.
Mm-hmm.
And I still came back after that for a year. But, you know, we have the Nova Knicks now, so it's a different story. I was gonna wear my DiVincenzo Knicks jersey tonight.
Yeah.
I was going to, but we're doing the show, so I had to do my Woo York Knicks.
You got
That's where
a.
I'm from. I'm from Woo York.
You got a drop ball picked out.
I do. I'm all set.
All right, let's do it.
I'm just waiting on you, Cracker.
You're the one who says I got the drop. Let's play it.
I do. I said I haven't played this one in a while. I'm good. Okay.
And you know,
talking about the Knickerbockers. So
and you know what's going to happen. It's going to be one that it's probably going to be Michelle A.
no, I have one that ties into the show.
No, fooling.
Every once in a while, it's a quick one though.
Okay.
All right, so let's do this with a tree.
Whee!
Woosh your mama.
Woo!
Peace. This is Daddy from the legendary Sonic, and I need y'all to stay tuned. Peace.
Brace yourself for the awesome and rare. The real, the right, and dynamite is in the atmosphere. As there's a time and place for everything that's under the sun. This is the time and the place that we have some fun. Now take a
1 2 1 2.
1, 2,
What's
1,
good,
2.
yo? This is Ghostface. Yo, this is Ghostface from New York. And right about now, it's time for Woo News. It's time for Woo News with Jamie and Bill. I know what it is. Get it correct, Mr. Throwback Thursdays. Jamie and Bill. You know what I mean? On Woo News. That's what's going down right now. Y'all check this out. Exclusive. Peace.
The RZA, the Jizza, Raekwon, Master Killer, Inspector Deck, you God, Method Man, Ghostface Killer, an old dirty bastard.
It's now time. News. Mr. Throwback Thursday.
Shimmy, y'all.
Welcome back, Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 586. It is indeed time for Woo News, and we have two pieces of Woo News for you. The first one is going to come to us from flaunt.com, of which New Source had to mute it.
Yes, most definitely.
So you have entitled it One Spoon of Chocolate.
Yes.
As opposed to the goon with the spoon.
Completely different.
RZA, the artist and director's fourth film, One Spoon of Chocolate, is going to debut at the Tribeca Film Festival.
It is.
It's a fitting homecoming for a son of Staten Island, it says. The Wu-Tang may be taking a venerated final lap around the globe over the next 12 months, but the band's abbot, RZA, seems to show no signs of slowing down, having released a classical album. Huh?
Not Bud.
No. Having released a classical album last year along with a ballet through mud. It was announced this week that the fourth movie he has directed, One Spoon of Chocolate, will have its premiere at the Tribeca Film Festival on June 8th, a fitting homecoming for a son of Staten Island. The drama sees RZA reunite with lead Shameik Moore, who played Raekwon in the Hulu series RZA developed Wu-Tang: An American Saga, as well as Flaunt's issue 182 cover star, Paris Jackson.
Sorry, Miss Jackson.
The film follows an ex-military convict leaving for a small town where he ends up finding love and more trouble than he can handle.
Did he find that love in the right place, though?
Well, now that he's found it, what's he going to do with it? That's
True.
what I want to know.
That's a good question.
RZA has a deep love of film, and the kung fu movies of his youth were critical reference points for Wu-Tang's musical output. As a director, his credits include The Man with the Iron Fists, Love Beats Rhymes, and Cutthroat City. He scored both of the Kill Bill movies for Quentin Tarantino, and his acting credits include last year's indie hit Problemista, Minions, American Gangster, Californication, and The Simpsons.
Because why not?
Because The Simpsons are still a thing.
They are. Tracy Ullman is not, but The Simpsons are.
No, I mean, she's still alive, but
Well,
her
yes.
show is not. Next article of Woo News, Mariah meets the Woo.
Now, was it fantasy that it was her and ODB?
Yes.
That's not what this is.
No. This comes to us once again from MSN.com.
Yeah. Like I said, they put stuff out. I'm going to say, look, here's what they did. They did the right thing and promoted something that wasn't, agenda driven.
Jermaine Dupri says the
Yes.
Wu-Tang Clan influenced one of Mariah Carey's biggest hits. In a new interview with the R&B Money podcast, the rapper and producer recalled the first time he worked with Mariah Carey on Always Be My Baby, which marked the beginning of their creative relationship.
Now you know this song, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Most people I'm thinking who are watching or listening probably know this song. Now I want you to continue with the story about what she actually wanted the backing track for this to be.
At the 1 hour, 22-minute mark in the video linked in the article, Dupree says his production on Escape's 1993 hit, Just Kickin' It, caught Carey's attention and led to a phone call with the opportunity to work with her in the studio. She wanted a record that felt like that on her album. I got the call to go in the studio with Mariah. I didn't know that's what she wanted, but that's what she was looking for. So, I'm not quite sure if she got what she wanted.
She did not. There should be a better explanation in there.
Dupree recalled feeling nervous and out of his element as he headed to New York with collaborator Manuel Seal to work on his first project outside of his Atlantic studio. Yes, Seal.
I might listen to a Jermaine Dupri and Seal collaboration.
Who wouldn't? And he didn't have any of his personal equipment either. He said, she's a superstar, and I'm a little Nickelback. I don't know why I'm here. I'm thinking they use all different chords. They got different keyboards. He said, she came in the studio, and she was like, I want to make a record like this. And I'm like, what do you want me to do with this? She said, I want to sing over this. And it was Cream.
Yeah. So now imagine Always Be My Baby.
Over the Cream piano. At first, Dupree said he wasn't convinced and didn't want to be the person who fucks this shit up. But Carey was determined and clear about her vision. I started following her lead and she was like, I need something like Just Kicking It. But I want it to be pretty. I wanted to have that ghetto shit on it that y'all got on Just Kicking It.
Yeah, now let me run a little instrumental here for you, see if we get in trouble for this. But now imagine Mariah Carey's Always Be My Baby
over this.
Yeah, I'll even jump forward some. Here. I don't hear it.
I don't hear it either.
And I'm thinking Jermaine Dupri probably didn't hear it either.
I don't hear anything over that except for what belongs over that.
Right.
But yeah, I guess that's.
Yeah, I don't know. SWW and V. Yeah. So you play Just Kick It by Escape, and
yeah,
that also doesn't tie into the same feeling as Cream to me, but
no,
I don't know. It's just a very, very weird. Of all the songs that you said, I want to have something that feels, as Onyx used to say, shifty, low down, gritty, and grimy. So yes, a RZA beat at that time, that's it. But the way Mariah sings on that song. She's very, very, very upbeat.
Yeah.
And upbeat doesn't really work on a RZA beat.
No. Yeah, it says Dupree recalled Seal playing some chords and Carey suggesting key changes to suit her vocal range before he added 808s for the finishing touches. The result of that session became Always Be My Baby. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't sound anything like...
No, I like I said, it just doesn't even register that could work. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if her beat and music selection is just horrible.
Yeah.
And she just can't hear or if she's just, super like thinking on a Kool Keith level and we just don't get it.
And he says she's still like that. He says, you know, the song sampling Wu-Tang's Cream did not materialize with Dupree, explaining, I was not completely dialed into Mariah yet as far as putting her over top of Cream. It made no fucking sense to me. I'm not going to be the guy to do that, not realizing that she basically was trying to create hip-hop music. She's actually the creator of that, like Ariana Grande singing over something, Katy Perry singing over something, Christina Aguilera. She's the person who created that sound in her mind. She did this, and she's still that person to this day. She wants to sing over street shit, the hoodest shit going, whatever it is, hood New York shit. That's when she comes to the studio like she's the rapper. Here's what I want to sing over.
Yeah, but this is the song.
I'm not going to say that's overly street.
No. I might have to find the acapella of that and put it over Cream's instrumental and see how awful it really would have sounded.
Oh God, that would be that'd be brutal. I don't know if I want to hear that because that would just be fucking brutal.
If I go through all the trouble of lining it up and
then I'll listen to it.
You're gonna have to listen to it.
I'll listen to it, but it'd be like pulling teeth.
Yeah.
You God still sucks. That's not a story. That's just facts.
Yes, some things will not change.
ODB is still not alive.
But he was on a song with Mariah Carey.
He was on a song with Mariah Carey, but it wasn't based over Cream.
It was not. Oh, is this? Hold on. It's on that same album, I think. And I'm just sitting here wasting time. No, that's the sweet dub mix. That's not going to work. It's the lead. It's actually the lead song on that record. It's this one, right?
This Fantasy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why the fuck do I know Mariah Carey songs from just listening to the hook?
Because that's what everyone knows them from.
Yeah, I guess.
But anyway.
I lost all my street cred on that, but that's okay.
It took you a long time to get it to there. And then you just throw it away.
And then I just pissed it away. It's time for some music.
Some Mariah?
No.
Good, because I wasn't going to play any.
Let's do our one and done, shall we?
Yes.
Our one and done came to us in 1996.
A number. And I figured the reason I didn't know this one, I was on deployment for over 6 months in 1996.
This record has 12 tracks on it. It is a true one and done as far as I can see.
As far as I can tell, yeah.
This is 10 Bass T.
Yeah.
With Do You Know the Way?
You going to Scarborough Fair?
I want you. Show me the way. We got a little Peter Frampton in here.
On Thursday.
On Thursday, yes. I've got 12 tracks on this thing.
As do I.
Track number 1 says preview number 1, Beat Generation. That's not an intro.
No.
John's going to say it sucks.
Yeah, of course he is.
Is there a beat generation? The rhyme is on it. The rhyme is on it. The rhyme is on it.
The subject for tonight's discussion is there a beat generation?
The rhyme is on it. The rhyme is on it. The rhyme is on it.
Track number 2, Hip Hop Culture.
For the streets, and not one enchanting bluebird in the sky. Poetry for the poor, and no excited equine seeing snow for the very first time. Song for the stepped on, stepped over, placing perfect paces. Hip-hop faces of old and new let out a rebel yell. Up that street, rubber soled, leather bound, mother hated designer shoes of great worth to take flight.
It's very, very much spoken word.
Yeah. Track number 3, Good Times. Where's JJ?
I'm sure James is staring very James Evansley.
James Evansley, yes.
It's like this, yes, y'all. Come on, to the beat, y'all. Yes, y'all. To the beat, y'all. Check it out. To the beat, y'all. Yes, y'all. Come on, to the beat, y'all. Yes, y'all. To the beat, y'all. Yes, y'all. To the beat, y'all. yes,
Okay, we're gonna jump way ahead because I can't listen to that part anymore.
Just bob your head. Peace, my name is Sorak and I'm Captain Red.
Yes, yo. Come on to the beach.
That's actually a little bit of lyrics in there.
Yeah, that's why I had to jump to them though.
Yes, yo.
Jump too far, you hit the chorus again, and that goes on for like 20 minutes each.
Track number 4, 10 base hit, which I don't think is possible in baseball.
No.
Subtitled On and On.
So this is 10 base hit. The group's name is 10 base T.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that's the same thing. Maybe his name's actually 10 base hit, but he dropped the high.
Check out the sound. There's a new bass in town. Not the kind of smoke, but the kind that throws down.
Was it laid down by the underground?
It was.
Because that's kind of what it sounded like.
Yeah.
Track number 5, Scratch and Sniff.
Isn't that Warren G's company?
Yes. No, that's Sniffin' Griffin.
Oh, gotcha.
Check 1, 2, check 1, 2, 2. I like to start it off like that. It's old school. Now what do we have here? Okay, stop beefing. You know I'm coming clear.
I kind of like that one.
Track number... Yeah, that one's so bad. Track number 6. What's the definition of a 10 base T?
I have no idea.
What's the definition of a 10 base T? What's the definition of a 10 base T? What's the definition of a 10 base T? So racks and daddy and selected J. What's the definition of a 10 base T?
Okay, we're gonna jump ahead a little.
Definition of a 10 base T. Of the 1 0 B-A-double-S-T. Trying to quiz me.
Oh, he switched it up there. The 1-0 B-A-double-S-T.
Yeah, that's...
That's me. It's the Dharma sinking. Beat Puerto Rican. Speaking of the culture for the people that I'm reaching.
Track number 7, also called Side Return, if you're looking at it from the album. That was actually Side One Way, and this is Side Return. Track number 7 is a remix of Good Times.
Let the good times roll, let the good times roll, cause we in control. Let the good times roll, let the good times roll.
Sound like
let the
Q-tip.
good times roll, cause we in control. Let the good
Yeah,
times
it's a Q-tip sample, absolutely.
Yeah.
Let the good times roll, cause we in control. Let the good times roll, let the good times roll, let the good times roll, cause we in control. Let the good times roll.
Operator, cause you're fantastic. You coming out to get to make the people uplift. Session I go talk and me not gonna stop it. And the dance on block and me not gonna stop it. When we flip down the
Was there anybody featured on that, or was that the Puerto Rican?
Not that I
MC doing
see.
the Jamaican.
Yeah, not that I see. Track number 8, Open Your Eyes.
We also have to clean out our ears.
I just know that's a Disturbed song, too.
my eyes are swelling. Don't front, you know I got you open. Open your eyes. My eyes are swelling. Don't front, you know I got you open. Open your eyes. My eyes are swelling. Don't front, you know I got you open. Open your eyes. My eyes.
Track number 9, Third World, First Person.
I remember vividly when they used to make fun of my styling, but now everybody in the world plus a granny don't want the ragamuffin, so they wanna come rush me. I told you so, you hear me now, man. I slim daddy, my love, now your style and fashion. I love and unity, you better follow the pattern. The upliftment of color, understand, don't jump on the bandwagon, cause it's trendy. Use the music as a form of commodity with no quality, an opportunity.
To steal my money.
Track number 10 is 48 seconds long. It's called People Getting Down. And that'll go into track number 11, which I don't think we'll play the full 48, can we?
We can do whatever we want. We're going to have to fight anyway, so
yeah.
Let's do it.
So we're going to play the full 48 seconds of People Getting Down. It's going to go into track number 11. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11 is Some Say We're Spanish, Some Say We're Black.
Well, there you go.
Boom, boom.
Now, what we want you to do tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is to look inside your hearts, to examine your own consciences, and remember this: judge not, and ye shall not be judged.
Sounds like a Santana song.
Well, it's because some say they're Spanish and some say they're black.
True.
Last track on the record, number 12, 37 seconds long. Beat Generation Preview number 2.
Yeah, so we're bookending here. So it's kind of an intro and an outro without calling it an intro or an outro.
Right.
Maybe DJ introduction will allow it.
Subject for tonight's discussion: is there a beat generation?
Is there a beat generation? Is there a beat generation?
Is there a beat generation?
Is there a beat generation?
Subject for tonight's discussion: is there a beat generation?
That's a very good question.
Yeah. Not one I have an answer to.
Is there a beat generation?
Yeah,
I'm sure somebody has generated the beat. So
I know there's a Rhythm Nation.
Yes. 10 Bass T, Do You Know the Way? You're one and done for episode 586. A true one and done. I have no singles released. I have no charting action. But that was an album that most definitely happened back in 1996.
Yeah,
so
neither of us were aware that it happened, but it did indeed happen.
But now we are aware.
We are. Does that change anything? Probably not.
Not a whole lot. It just means that now that I know that that's something, a different useless fact had to leave my brain in order to make that.
In order to put that one in there, yeah.
Let's go into our record of the week, shall we?
Oh, that's another thing we do, yes.
Yes, and this one we have been highly anticipating, I think, is a good way of putting it.
Yes.
This was just released a couple weeks ago. Your record of the week for episode 586.
3 days ago.
That's right. The single was released a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
The actual album was last week. And this is Kool Keith.
Surprise, surprise.
With Carpenters.
Yes.
And I have 11 tracks on this record.
As do I, and I love the name of track 11.
Track number 1, Super Hits.
Carpenters. Super hits. Super hits. Laid it down. Laying it down. I'm in New York. No, we don't. Stop. Metaphysical format, it's all that, making poets draw back, massaging the sores out of crack. Who the big dogs? Let me know the Saint Bernards in rap. I'm in charge, relax, laying up in the rose, EWB. Interior.
He said he is massaging the sores out of her crack.
Gross. Track number 2, Style Wars, featuring Tash from the Alcoholics.
Alcoholics, yeah, from the Licks.
The hottest train, I got it on like Amtrak. What I do laid back after this. Red carpet moment, start release. Going everything on the pop charts. Break rap open like Kellogg Pop Tarts. Get the hard towel, collect the gators, all of them. Maury's out the Nile River. Just a style giver. Girls dancing in the middle. Rappers working for that DoorDash. Door-to-door deliver. Knock on doors and they ring bells. Sit on floors. Put barrettes with their hair gel. We buy other brands.
Track number 3, Pierre 9.
Quiet as cat, like Soundwave eject tape cassettes out of his chest. Ready
love
to
that.
ravage and rumble with
Soundwave
savages
eject
on
tape
the humble.
cassettes out
In
of
the
his
frenzy,
chest.
Get busy, son, what you expect? He a vet, so there's not much he respects. If you violate the laws that he lives to protect, you can bet it's gonna be drama you will never forget. Got the world on smash when we live on the set.
Calisthenics division, make sure it's clear and vivid. Make everybody in the industry listen. Get my balls sucked by the critics. We can go back and forth like Serena and Venus playing tennis. Coming up Madison past Radio City. When the chauffeur's steering, roll the windows up while they spin.
Track number 4. I wish John was here for this.
Yes, I know. Hopefully he listens later on the replay.
This
or
is
on
called
Thursday.
This is called Body Rock.
Black manna, tuxedo grammar, paparazzi out there, flashy with the cameras. Girls like to dance to my voice switch stamina. She gon' back it up to the B-boy caliber. Drive a Dodge Challenger, fly beat added up. Private jet to Canada, Grant on the drum rocks. Leave a crowd so shocked, don't stop the body rock. Party hard, la-di-da, keep sweating in the spot. See the night, gon' be large. I play Elder Barge all night, it's amazing. Leave the crowd going crazy, going to a frenzy. IG friend me, baby don't tempt me. We could get friendly, VIP plenty.
Track number 5, DAW.
Yes.
Digital audio workstation. Yeah. Digital audio workstation. Digital audio workstation. Digital. All these rappers animated on drugs, sedated on guard like a plastic strainer in the front of the station. Quality volume raising, run around your head in Asics. It's like the girls used to make their way to the PAV train from clubs to stations.
Track number 6. This is a cool Keith title if I've
it
ever
is.
heard it. Pissing.
Yeah, pissing. Come on, dog. I gotta work in the morning. Pissing on the corner, walking with a wild dog. Cops riding by, screaming on the bullhorn. People with their shirt off, mad, eating yellow corn. Pissing on the corner, walking with a wild dog. Cops riding by, screaming on the bullhorn. People with their shirt off, eating mad yellow corn. Pissing on the corner, walking with a wild dog. Pissing on the corner. The jackal running through the rainforest. It's the rain in the hardest. Tripping all over the floor with the pure timing. Never simple with the silk lining. Voice over the choice.
Track number 7, Serious. As if pissing wasn't serious.
No.
Just say period.
It's recreational.
It's that time when period. It's more finished. Just say period. You can't stop, say period. It's not finished. You can't stop, say period. It's not finished.
can't stop, say period. She come in minutes. You can't stop, say period. She come in minutes. Can't stop, say period.
Track number 8 featuring Mark live, Nights.
Nights down the boulevard. What it used to be. It's not what it used to be. Nights down the boulevard.
It's like an intro to a 1970s TV show.
It kind of does.
Down the boulevard.
What's up, Lion?
It's not what it used to be. Nights down the boulevard. Down to the grizzle, riding up your block with that $400,000 matte finish club Maybach. Some say that I'm passe Jack. Many y'all's black exploitation filming they track. Leaning up on Fairfax, she want me to play in that town with that shirt Joseph Abud. Paramount Pictures show a movie good.
He just throws whatever he can in a line. If
But
it
it all
rhymes,
works.
great. If not,
Yeah.
who gives a fuck?
Yeah, then he says it doesn't need to rhyme.
Track number 9 featuring Dear Derek, That's Us.
The smooth sit back and watch the stars rise. Impersonators of Emmanuel Lewis, maneuvering LeSabre Buicks. The gum is so hard they can't chew it like Huey. They flirting with the champagne posses, popping bottles in the NFL in the Ferrari. Somewhere in knockoff Johnny Versace, hopping out small Audis, 5,000 G's. Got her purchasing a new breast size and double D's. I see she threw him driving with the tank on E. Your girl Photoshop her pieces, sending out overweight shots year ago from a yacht.
The last time you got an Emmanuel Lewis reference in any hip hop song, let alone, you'd kind of almost expect if it's coming from anybody, it's going to come from Keith, but
I would say the last time would be this one.
yeah. I mean, I would actually expect a Webster reference before a specifically Emmanuel Lewis reference.
Track number 10, Stomp.
Features Savion Glover.
Stop to the chair, stomp to the rock though, stomp it to a lie, stomp with the big boots, stomp with the big boots, stomp with the big boots, stomp with it. Your face glucose a minute, your brain apprehended, your fan base dizzy and slightly offended. Most of them backed up from the tail up with a lot of stress and tension. They constipated, can't lay a decent sentence. All they got is the Napoleon complex. They should be careful with the business they attending. Your skill and show performance won't be mentioned. I leave early from the concession stand before the untalented enter and end it. Nobody dropping metaphors.
Last track on the record.
You know who else is not dropping metaphors? The Twins.
The Twins.
They drop a whole lot of similes.
They do. Track number 11, Jim Kelly.
Freestyle Enter the dragon. Into the dragon. Into the dragon. Into the dragon.
Why is Jim Kelly going into the dragon?
I don't know.
Give me a second,
Maybe he was
piss on
summoned.
your area, let the words shit on your verbs, cause this mass hysteria create a hurricane. Warning, y'all gonna see the
A
clouds with a
hurricane
lot of pouring. Lightning and thunder while she masturbating on your cucumber. I'm parking on your lawn with a jet black Hummer. Y'all look out the window and see that.
He can say that all he wants. I don't believe Keith would drive a Hummer.
I don't think he would either. That is Kool Keith with Carpenters.
Yes.
Your record of the week for episode 586. And since it was just released.
It was. 3 days ago as we record.
There have been no well, we have the one single, but there's no
charting.
But there's no charting on it, so
right.
So great record though.
Is a strange.
Pay no attention to that.
Great record.
Yeah. I obviously am like Kool Keith's biggest proponent. I mean, I'm going to tell everybody in the world that Kool Keith is the greatest lyricist ever to walk the planet Earth, or whatever other planet he has been on.
Right.
But this is a really good album. From what I've only listened to it twice, and again, of course, I'm biased, but yeah, no, it's Carpenters with a K, Lion.
Yes, Carpenters
Not
with a K.
C. Keith does not have any kind of eating disorder.
No,
that we're aware of.
He wasn't a very good drummer.
He was
Karen Carpenter was a wonderful drummer.
Yeah, especially compared to Kool Keith, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm glad Lion showed up when he did, because what we're about to get into is done by two friends of his.
Aha! Yes, it is. And what we're going to get into before we take our final break is our older than new for episode 586. The old to the new is called, and we talked about it during the news segment, it's called New Gens. And it's brought to you by friends of the show, Chuck D and Daddy-O. So let's give a little enjoyment to New Gens, Chuck D and Daddy-O.
Growing up is a strange and exciting experience, full of pleasure, pain, and wonder. And everyone asks himself, how will I turn out?
Weird, I'm weird too, but damn you weird. Can't stand the way you, goddamn you weird. Oh, say you can't see, but can you listen for a minute? If you cannot see it, but cannot hear it. Whoa, new gents can't dance to this. New gents don't listen to it. Make a face like it just smells something. I don't get near it. Bullshit you like, none of what you heard. Or gave 5 mics. Word, words matter like hell they don't. You could go to hell, I sure won't. You're mixing this with that with this. Everything flavors, every generation got its favorites.
You know who you
Yo,
are.
Jens, spark the engine. Number 9. I've been your age, you ain't been mine yet. And don't forget, new gens, I love y'all. Have a ball. New gens, spark the engine. Number 9. I've been your age, you ain't been mine yet. And don't forget, new gens, I love y'all. Have a ball.
Each of us will at some time or other go through 4 major periods of growing up.
My generation, weird as hell. As told for my people, let them tell your generation crazy told. As they smoke, drank, and rock and roll. Seen uncles explain war to my face. Live in peace. Rest in place. We don't know what's behind the race. Right here, right now, the place to be. Why everybody's always picking on we? We the people, cross all ages. Now joined by a screen between. Called Screen Ages. No remix. I said it before, backed by weird science. That's right, what's behind us? We keep it on. Look out, look out.
Sometimes there are dangers involved that never meet the eye.
Yo, Jazz. Spark the engine. Number 9. I've been your age, you ain't been mine yet. And don't forget, new gens, I love y'all. Have a ball. New gens, spark the engine. Number 9. I've been your age, you ain't been mine yet. And don't forget, new gens, I love y'all. Have a ball.
To young people.
Call me a dinosaur.
I'm before the internet.
Impress teachers
When I'm far from the class text.
No baby keep.
I represent the first team.
A little reaper, but
You never see me wrestling.
shock value to the 31st power of the number 2.
New gens, who knew?
The same Daddy-O.
From the band Sonic.
Reppin' with new gens.
And you know he be up on it.
2016, I think I found a holy grail. Picked up my mic again. I knew I couldn't fail. I start considering the odds, what I'm gonna lose. But I ain't losing nothing. You do my interviews. They say I got no filter. I'm wondering if it's true. But when you speak the truth, so punk ain't into you. I've been accused of trolling. They say I'm chasing clout. Some people claim they're legends, but don't put nothing out. Some people claim they legends, but don't put nothing out.
And that is my favorite line out of the entire song.
First of all, how fucking smooth was Daddy-O on that song
fuck yeah.
when he came in? And second of all, that is not the kind of sound you normally would associate with Chuck D. That's a different sounding record.
Yes.
And the video is an abstract visual version of that weird sound, but it works for him.
Yeah. Well, and we talked earlier about how Will Smith's
That was like
did
a
not
fever
work.
dream, man.
How Will Smith's album did not work because he was all over the place, changing styles, essentially in every song. If Chuck is going to do this style for an entire album, that's going to work. If Chuck mixes this style with, like Yo Bum Rush the Show era Chuck,
Yeah.
then it won't work. But if this is what he's saying, I'm still doing stuff. I'm getting super creative now. I've been doing my art. I've been doing drawings. It's now making me see things differently. This is the direction I'm going. I'm all for it.
Mm-hmm.
But don't bounce around. And fucking Daddy-O, every time Daddy-O picks up the mic, it is exactly what we expect.
He fucking kills it.
Daddy-O.
Just fucking kills it.
Yeah.
So that was your old to the new Chuck D featuring Daddy-O with New Gens. I've been your age, you ain't been mine yet.
Yeah.
So that's your old to the new. We'll look out for that new Chuck D record to come out next month. And chances are it will be a record of the week around coming out the show on the 22nd, I believe.
Yeah.
So
There's about a 99% chance that it will be record of the week the week it comes out.
unless Kool Keith puts another one out that week.
Which he could totally do.
He could totally do that. So we're going to take our final break of the evening.
Yes.
We do the rundown real quick. The old to the new, Chuck D with Daddy-O New Gens. Artist of the month, by the way, for this week and next week, even though we kind of hammered him in the news section. It's still Will Smith.
And you can still get jiggy with it.
You can still get jiggy with it, yes, if you want to go back into the catalog a bit, which we highly recommend, to be honest with you. So that's your artist of the month. Record of the week, Kool Keith with Carpenters with a K. And then the one and done was 10 Bass T with Do You Know the Way. To San Jose? No.
Indeed.
And not to El Segundo, because that's where I left my wallet. We're going to take our final break. When we come back, it will indeed be time for Bill Reads Lyrics on Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 586.
Yeah. See if I can. Oh, good. I did actually do a Bill Reed's lyrics. I didn't know if I had one this week because, as you know, I send you the show notes before that happens.
Usually.
Yeah, and I couldn't remember if I actually did one. I was like, oh shit, do I have to find a Bill Reed's lyrics on the fly here? But no, I have one, so we're okay. We are okay, player.
Okay, player.
Let's go over here and get us a drop. And logically, we're going to go here. We're going to increase the volume. Then we'll go to the intros and fillers folder. And we're going to get the motherfucking piano on standby, which is listed as
the motherfucking piano. It should be anyway.
Yes, even, KIN. It's motherfucking piano. Are you serious, dude?
What?
Lying, not you.
Yeah. I'm back at the hospital. His fucking elbow will not close, and I pop my stitches in my sleep. Oh, my God.
Doing sleep karate.
My man. What's the update on the Knickerbockers?
88.75 with 6:55 left.
I'm assuming we are not the 88.
We are not.
So we're down 13.
We are. And they have OG, Hart, Cat, Brunson, and Deuce McBride in the game right now.
If anybody can run down a 13-point lead, it's those five.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'd rather have Bridges than Deuce right now, but they're
maybe Bridges is in foul trouble or something.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not watching. I won my Yankees bet, so I'm not feeling too bad. And, I've got one coming up on the Nuggets, Denver Butt Nuggets. I understand that part, Lion. I get that. And no, as Bill mentioned earlier, we are not watching the NHL playoffs.
I saw a little bit of the Avs and Stars. That first goal, I didn't think should have counted. I am so sick of them bending the rules with this distinct kicking motion bullshit. The guy basically propelled the puck into the net with his foot. That being said, I'm biased because I don't like the Avalanche at all. Because I'm sick and damn tired of hearing so much about Cale fucking Makar. So,
were the Avs the Nords?
Yes.
Okay. And then the Yotes were the Jets.
The Yotes were the Jets.
Okay. I always.
And now this year's Jets were the Thrashers.
Yes.
Which is fucking weird.
Yeah. No, I always confused the two, trying to remember where they went because they left.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were the Jets, and then they were the Yotes, and now they're the Utah Hockey. Well, actually, no. Utah Hockey Club is an expansion team.
Expansion, yes.
Yeah. So, an expansion team that didn't do a draft and had the same fucking players as the Coyotes, but it's considered a new team.
Right. Because it's not like somebody bought the Coyotes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they still haven't come out with what their name's going to be yet.
No,
I
it's kind of like watching football.
I think because they had a problem with Yeti, with the Yeti cooler and stuff like that.
Right.
I think it's going to be the Mammoth. I think it's going to be the Utah Mammoth.
I wouldn't be opposed to that. That sounds kind of cool.
Yeah. I mean, I had the hell did I have? I like the Yetis, but it had to have been plural. Right. I don't like the fact that it's probably just going to be Mammoth singular as opposed to Mammoths.
Right.
Because too many of these weird names like Kraken.
Plural?
I don't know. I haven't seen a mammoth.
It's, right. I've never seen like a herd of mammoth to know if they were mammoths.
You can Google anything.
You can.
The plural of mammoth is mammoths.
Okay. Well, there you go.
The plural of kraken is kraken. The plural of lightning. Actually, they don't even call themselves the lightning. They put bolts on their on their alternate jersey when they had that, which I hated.
The lightning bolts. I tell you, the coolest thing I've seen this year in sports was the Memphis Grizzlies wearing the Vancouver jerseys.
Yeah.
Playing game. And it wasn't like just the colors and it still said it said Vancouver Grizzlies on it.
Nice.
I think since they were playing Oklahoma City, that OKC should have had their Supersonics jerseys.
Supersonics. I think there's talk that the Sonics are going to come back. Because now that Seattle
Supersonics again, now that Sega doesn't own them. That's why they became the Sonics, is because Sega bought them.
Yeah, they're probably going to be the Supersonics again.
Yeah. So now will they have an issue with JJ Fad? Or will that become
their song?
Yeah.
Kind of like Petey Pop, motherfucker.
Petey Pop, motherfucker. Yeah, I knew it when he did the intro before they came out on the ice. When he's up on the screen talking, I'm like, oh, duh. Why didn't I even think of that? I'm in North Carolina. And I saw, around the middle banner where the lights are.
Yeah.
It said, raise up, raise up, raise up. I'm like, oh, yeah, we just talked about this.
We did indeed.
I thought it was just college sports. No, it's professional sports too. All right. 6:12 left. We're down by 10. Josh Hart hit 2 free throws. Good for him.
Well, you got to get it down by 10, and then you got to get it down by 8 or 7.
And Bridges is back in the game, and Deuce is on the bench.
Good.
Mitchell Robinson 0 for 2 tonight. 7 rebounds and an assist. Good job, Mitch.
I had the Mets were up 5-0 going into the ninth. It is now 5-4.
Oh, that is not a good sign. What that's what happened to the Yankees 2 games ago.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching and I
have a feeling there's a 3-run homer that came up because they brought Edwin Diaz in a non-save situation, and he probably pitched himself just now into one.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I had the Yankees plus 1.5, and they were up. I want to say they were up by 4 going into the bottom of the ninth, and they lost in the 10th by 2. So I didn't win my bet. It was disgusting.
Yeah, Diaz gave up a 3-run dong.
Dong, 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 dong.
And that's why it's 5-4 now. Oh, no, it was to Bryson Stott. So
I've got a bunch of open bets in the Knicks game, and I'm going to lose them all. They've got. I mean, we can say this because we're waiting on Lion.
Yeah.
I need Mitchell Robinson to have over 4.5 points, and he has none. I had OG over 2.5 3-pointers.
Mm-hmm.
And he is currently at none. He's 0 for 4.
Ugh.
So that is not going to happen no matter what.
It's not going to happen.
And then OG over 18 points, which is a solid bet anymore.
Yeah, and that's not going to happen because he's probably down to like 11.
8. It's ridiculous. 8.
5-4, 2 outs. Bryce Harper at the dish, down 0-2. Let's see if Diaz can now close it out after giving up the big dong. And there's a ball in the dirt that Harper swings over. And
that would be strike 3.
The ball game is over.
The Yankees win. Oh, sorry. It's force of habit. Yeah. I got Bridges has 19 points. I need him to have 22. That's a possibility with 4:45 left.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Hart over 6.5 assists. He is sitting at 5.
Didn't he have 5 in the first half?
Yeah. That's possible, but it's looking ugly.
He hasn't had a single assist since then.
I need him also to be over 8.5 rebounds. And he currently has 6. I mean, he could get 2 on one play. So I'm not thinking that's not going to happen yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Still waiting on you, Lion, just so you know. Everyone else who's watching is completely bored because they're waiting on fucking Lion and his doctor. All right, you ready?
Sure.
All right. Oh shit! I got to get my my disclaimer up because that's over on the Miss America board. It's not on the swollen. Oh, it is on the swollen members board.
Swollen members.
All right. So I'm gonna hit this drop and then the burl, and then disclaim some stuff. And then we'll get the motherfucking piano ready to go.
Sounds good.
All right, now let's do this with a tree. Who's your mama?
Yo, Chuck, run a power move on him.
Yo, check this out. Chuck B probably going to be number 1. And you're checking out Sam, Jamie and Bill. Go back to Thursdays right here, right now.
But it starts with Bill.
Phyllis Preston.
It's called reading. Top to bottom, left to right, bottom, left to right. Together is a sentence. Take Tylenol for any headaches. Midol for any cramps.
Most people probably don't listen to but they should.
Welcome to Bill Reed's Lyrics.
Hello,
This is Bill Reed's Lyrics. It is an educational discussion of artistic expression and creativity of modern lyricists. Bill may recite explicit or offensive language. Professional supervision is suggested for sensitive listeners. The average views and opinions within these lyrics are not necessarily those of Mr. Throwback Thursday or its hosts, and will be in the area of 160 WPMs. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, humor-heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome back, Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 586. It is indeed time for Bill Reed's Lyrics.
It is.
And I'm assuming it's probably going to be a Kool Keith thing since that was our
No.
record of the week.
And
I'm
Nope,
shocked.
And it was intentionally stay away from Kool Keith this week because we have a Kool Keith album we're going to have later on, like Kool Keith said.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to break it up a little bit.
Okay, then.
So I will send this over to you in a private shizat because that's how it goes.
And I see a 1. Oh, okay. Here's a group that we use quite a bit, actually.
We do because, like Kool Keith, they have some entertaining lyrics.
They do indeed.
So I would like you, if you will,
yes,
to go to verse 3. That's 1, a to-who.
A to-who.
A 3.
A 3. That's
3.
The chorus. That's a to-who. And probably chorus, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And a 3.
A 3, yes. So, with no type of ado.
None.
Sesame Street, Grover Stiley, Weather
I don't think
Mirror.
this is going to be as innocent as I think it is.
Or further, we'll cue what we now call the motherfucking piano.
This is why we disclaim this shit. See, it's like this. We believe in getting what we can out of a bitch. Dope or dick. Suck or fuck. Cheese or an ass lick. These hoes surprise me none. I know what they capable of doing. You gotta drop to the waist side, 'cause I gotta get some chewing. This a amateur flick, bitch. You gotta do your best. I worked your ass in the past, but never just put you to the test. It's time to roll. I gotta get it at a show. You gotta come out your clothes on stage. Freaky bitch, freaky bitch. 'Cause you a hoe, 'cause you's a hoe. I'm coming as fast as I can get you. 'Cause I really don't want to be with you. The first you fucked up, my pimp Stizik is out to get you. I really don't give a fuck about you, bitch. Yous ain't my mother. You just a motherfucker that like to fuck without the rubber. But I ain't going, trick hoe. So don't give me that pill shit. Nor the planet, fool. And can't have no kids. Shit. Just lay on the bed so I can catch you from your bedside, you fucking groupie. Lights, camera, action. This a porno movie. It's like that.
And that's the way it is. Quality lyrics.
Yes, 3-6 Mafia coming in with their best hold our beer.
Yes.
Compared to some of the other things that we've got.
Yeah. So, let me undo that there. So we actually have some music for later.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cheap viewers. Thanks, Sandy Kickback QR. GR, whatever the fuck that says. How about you eat a bag of baby dicks? All right.
Was that a lyric? Did I miss that?
No, it's just is what it is. Move this over here so I can get back to our. I suppose we should also get back to the hip.
I
and the
don't
hop.
give a hoot about this Bill reading lyrics bollocks. Let's get back to the hip and the hop, shall we?
We shall. Although we're pretty much done with the hip and the hop, and the hat has been changed.
All right, then. Since you have gone from Bill to Phil, I would appreciate it if you would take us the fuck home.
Well, then I shall do just that. Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 586, brought to you in part by our good friends at Magic Mind. Get your Magic Mind, your mental performance shot at magicmind.com/throwback LT20. You get 20% for one-time purchases and up to 48% off for subscriptions with our code throwback LT20 at magicmind.com/throwback LT20. Our good friend Marshall Fox, he is the original Rug E Fresh. He makes Def Rugs. Def Rugs are hip-hop, high-quality hip-hop themed rugs. And he is partnered up with the Green-Eyed Bandit Eric Sermon. Get yourself a Def Rug today at defrugs.com, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all at Def Rugs.
Do you follow Marshall?
Yes.
On social media?
I do.
Did you see that he was just hanging out with Final Level?
Yes, I just saw that.
And Final Level did a Fox drop for him.
I did see that, yes.
So I need to reach out to our friend Fox and see if he has contact info.
So we can get a drop for Final Level.
So we don't have to go through...
For 2 T's, 2 U's, 1 Ola.
So we don't have to go through the gatekeeper.
Right.
That is Mick Benzo to try to get
and
to
bring
him.
that party back.
Look, I've been trying, not actively lately, but do you remember long ago and far away when Ice-T and Mick Benzo had the Final Level podcast?
I do remember that.
Okay, that was quite a while ago now. I don't want to tell people how long ago it was because that will really date us at this point.
Yeah, I think that was, I'm guessing it was probably, 5-6 years ago now?
Easily, yes. So I've been trying back then to get Ice-T on the show, and I reached out to Mick Benzo. And I understand famous people who are working have things to do.
Yes.
So you kind of have to catch them in their off. For Ice-T, you have to catch him in the SVU off season.
Right.
When Body Count is not putting out a new record.
Right.
So it's very, very tricky to get him. I'm not picking on Mick Benzo for gatekeeping us. I'm really not. But it is difficult to get through Mick to get to Ice-T, even if he is potentially available.
Right.
So I want to talk to Fox and see if he's got another way around. Because Fox has been hot and heavy lately. He was in the studio with Busta.
I saw that too.
Hanging out with Final Level. So who knows where he's going, what he's doing. But you guys should follow him.
Yes.
At Def Rugs. At Ruggy Fresh.
Yeah, all those places. And he's a good friend of the show, and he makes a high-quality product.
He does, and he's been on the show.
Yes, he has indeed. defrugs.com, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all at defrugs. Let's talk about our good friend, Heather Lent. She's up in Schenectady, New York. We affectionately refer to her as... And that's because she is the proprietor of the Bittersweet Candy Company, where she makes candy and chocolate that is handmade, small batch, different, and...
delicious.
There's Final Level for you. Check them out on Facebook and order at bittersweetcandy.com. Use our code THROWBACK and save 10% off of your order at bittersweetcandy.com.
Yes.
Melted Mics, MLTDMICS, meltedmics.com. Hip-hop themed t-shirts brought to us by our good friend Pumice T. Mendola. You can order those t-shirts and use the code MRThrowbackThursday to save 10% off of your order at meltedmics.com. So make sure you go and do that. Don't forget to visit us on our socials. Let's start with...
We're anywhere.
mrthrowbackthursday.com, the homepage for everything Mr. Throwback Thursday.
Mhm.
You can go there, check out everything that the webpage has to offer, including leaving us a voice message at the Hit Us Up. You can also follow us on our other socials, including the artist formerly known as Twitter, or X now. It is at @the_MR_TBT for Jamie, Bill_MR_TBT for me. Also, my Instagram and Jamie's Instagram is at MR Throwback Thursday, which is also our TikTok feed for when we post little snippets of the show, which Jamie has to beep out now for that, which is kind of funny.
I do that? 'Cause
I do. I do.
Yeah, you know how much extra work that is just to throw that
I
little
can't even
beep in
imagine.
on time.
Yeah, I can't even imagine.
But I do that so that they don't say,
ding us.
"Oh, you said something you shouldn't have said." And,
But I see movie clips that are on there all the time that curse up a storm, so I don't
yeah,
get
and
it.
I'm sure I could probably leave. The stuff I've been beeping out lately is basically us saying "fuck."
Yeah.
I'm sure I could probably leave that and be okay.
Mm-hmm.
But the one time that I posted Bill reads lyrics, which is of course a little bit above and beyond,
Yeah.
just dropping an F-bomb.
Yeah, I mean, that's,
it got us muted.
it did. It did indeed.
So I'm just going taking a little extra care.
Yes, you are. So we're also, check us out every Thursday morning. Oh, I forgot to mention the Facebook page, Mr.
Yes.
Throwback Thursday, and home of the TBT Posse. So make sure you follow us on those. Check us out every Thursday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Fresh Radio at itsfreshradio.com. We are on right after the All Request Thursday until they move us, because that is still...
We're in the process of moving.
Yes.
To a new location.
And you can also send us emails at mrthrowbackthursday@gmail.com. It is shout-outs time.
Ooh.
Shout-outs start to Gail Dunmeyer and Manny Baez and Sarah Henderson and John Henderson and Hugo Gonzalez and Sanket Patel, Clay Arsenault, the Shrieking Warrior, Jennifer Buchanan, Jason Heath, Jessica Walker, Shane Hatley, Ahoy Mateys, Captain Ricky Schnarr, Mr. Cranky Pants, Brian Hollenbeck, the legendary Kevin Van Buren, Robert Jeffroy, Win with Ken Elsfelder, Kate Harvey, Catherine Liska, Wanda Calamia, and Gunther, and Lion Linwoodell, and the doctor in the room.
Yes. And whatever random nurses happen to be walking in.
They get announced every week because...
or more.
And if you want to be announced every week, you can become a patron as well. Go to patreon.com/MRTBT and become a patron at the Loonies level or more. Or you can start your own show and say your name over and over as much as you would like.
That could be your entire show if you want.
It would probably only last 6 half-an-hour episodes. Don't forget our friends in the industry. As always, check out 1980s Now with Will, Cat, and John. Check out Anthony, Imran, and Rug Boy over at the Jock and Nerd podcast.
Both
check
of
out
those
our...
I need to catch up on, and I apologize to them and to anyone else who we've recommended them. I am way behind because I've had some other things going on, and I apologize.
Check out our friend Talkin' Ty on her show, What's the Word podcast of Brooklyn Ty NYC. And the hardest working turntablist in the world we mentioned is DJ B at It's Fresh Radio. Go check him out as well.
Please.
We are on Fresh Radio. We mentioned that. We're also on wild1radio.com, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget to subscribe, rate, review, all of that good stuff.
It is very important. You don't think so? It's a very simple thing for you to do, but it is very important.
And until next week, everybody, thank you very much for joining us. Go out there, find us, share the good word, take good care of yourselves, wash your hands,
wash your butt,
and until next time, keep it classic.
And like Kool Keith said, big head boo, I put some roaches on your whole crew. Have you scarred with crack pipes? Your family throwing doo-doo.
And always remember,
New school stale, old school fresh.